X-Files to this day still stands as one of the best sci-fi shows ever created. It was actually one of the longest running shows in TV history and still upholds thousands of fans to this very day. We're going to dive into the top 5 X-Files trivia that you probably didn't know. There's a lot more to this show than you thought, so let's get started. Number 5. Gillian Anderson is much shorter than David and stands at about 5'3", while Duchovny is actually about, 6 foot tall even. This resulted in her having to stand on small boxes and platforms for a lot of the scenes of them talking and any other sort of dialogue scenes that would occur between her and him. Since this was handled all off screen, it was much easier to give the impression that she's somewhat close in height as she is in the show. Number 4. The infamous opening theme song to the show to this day is still extremely iconic and just about everyone knows it, especially when you hear it come on the TV. I mean, we all know it's X-Files. But interesting enough, this song was created by a complete accident. The story goes something along the lines of Mark Snow was working on the piece, and after creating that whistling effect you hear in it, he was still having a really hard time working with the main melody of the tune. After a while, and just being frustrated with how things were going, he accidentally put his forearm on his keyboard, and while the echo effect part of the song was essentially born. Since his keyboard had been set to echo accidentally, he just ended up loving how it sounded, and he combined those two together, and that's basically what you hear in the song today. For those of you that didn't know, Mark Snow is the one who created that theme song. Number 3. The show wasn't always cracked up to what it used to be. Upon its birthing on TV, Entertainment Weekly actually took a stab at the show and saying that they could easily expect an early cancellation. Sure enough, they were off by quite a bit. X-Files would continue to run for years on end with many seasons to follow, as well as even movies along with it. Duchovny and Anderson's fame and careers were built off that show. Number 2. Fox originally thought that Gillian Anderson wasn't the best choice for the character of Scully, and the network executives actually thought she should be replaced with an actress who was more leggier, more blonde, taller, and bigger breasts. It was actually the series creator, Chris Carter, who was all for Gillian Anderson to have the role instead, especially considering she was an unknown actress at the time, and that really appealed to him. Number 1. It's interesting to note that the X-Files was originally scheduled to be shot in LA, but after Chris Carter, the creator, he couldn't find any good forest to shoot the scenes in that he wanted to shoot, so he thought it would be a much better idea to move the entire shooting and all the production up to Vancouver, BC. That's not all. The show even took a step further to include local Canadian actors and include them as guests or other minor roles they might be able to fill over the span of several episodes, depending on which character they took. There it is. There's the top 5 X-Files facts you probably didn't know about the show that you do now. If you enjoyed my video, please take the time to check out my other top 5s, and don't forget to subscribe. Take care, everyone. Thank you.